Have you ever been sitting at a family dinner, everyone around the table laughing at something, and you completely missed what was funny? You smile along, maybe nod, but inside you're replaying the last few seconds, trying to piece together what just happened. That moment is something millions of people over 60 experience every single day, and most of them have no idea why. Here's the thing nobody talks about. It probably has nothing to do with the people around you mumbling, and it has nothing to do with your TV's audio quality either. Let's start with the TV, because that's usually where people first notice something is off. You're watching your favorite show, the background music sounds fine, but the moment people start talking, the words turn into mush. So you grab the remote and turn the volume up. The room is getting louder, your family is giving you looks, but the dialogue still isn't clear. You think maybe the show has bad sound mixing. Sometimes that's true, but then it happens with another show and another, and you start realizing it's not just the TV. Then you're out at a restaurant with friends. There's chatter in the background, and you're working hard just to follow one conversation. You keep asking people to repeat themselves. You catch half a sentence and guess the rest. Sometimes you just nod to keep things moving. By the time you get home, you're exhausted. Not from the food or the drive, but from how much effort it took just to listen. That exhaustion has a name. It's called communication fatigue. Your brain is basically working overtime in every conversation, trying to fill in what your ears aren't picking up clearly. It's like your brain is constantly guessing, filling in missing sounds, rebuilding words from bits and pieces. That takes a lot of energy. And over time, it drains you more than you realize. Now, here's the key thing to understand. The problem at the restaurant and the problem with your TV are actually the same. They feel different, but underneath it's identical. Background noise, whether it's music on a show or chatter in a cafe, is covering the exact sounds you're trying to hear. And the reason those sounds get lost comes down to how hearing changes as we get older. Most people assume hearing loss means everything gets quieter across the board, but that's not usually how it works. What actually happens is that the high-pitched sounds go first. This is called high-frequency hearing loss, and it's incredibly common in adults over 60. The tricky part is that it doesn't make everything sound softer. It makes speech sound distorted, unclear, and yes, muffled, even when the volume is perfectly fine. Here's why that matters so much for understanding speech. The vowels in our language, the A, E, I, O, U sounds, are naturally low-pitched and loud. Your ears pick those up pretty easily, even when high-frequency hearing is reduced. But the consonants, the S, T, F, S, H, T, H sounds, those are high-pitched and soft. Those are the sounds that give words their crispness and help you tell one word apart from another. When those sounds start slipping through the cracks, words like sat, fat, and cat can all blur into the same muffled shape. And you hear the outline of the word, but not the edges that make it specific, and your brain just guesses. This is exactly why speech in noisy environments is so much harder. Background noise doesn't just get louder, it specifically drowns out the high-frequency consonants you're already struggling to catch, so the speech just disappears into it. There are a few simple checks you can try right now to understand what's going on. These aren't clinical tests, just quick ways to notice the pattern. The first is the paper rub test. Hold your thumb and forefinger about 6 inches from your ear and rub them together slowly. You should hear a soft, crisp sound. If you don't hear it, or it sounds weak or unclear, it could mean your high-frequency hearing isn't as sharp. The second one needs someone at home. Ask them to stand a bit away and whisper a few words like thaw, ship, or sit. Don't look at their lips, just listen. If you hear something but can't clearly tell which word it was without guessing, that's more of a clarity issue than a volume issue. The third is the kitchen test. Try having a normal conversation while a faucet is running or a fan is on. Nothing loud, just light background noise. If their voice starts getting lost in that sound, even when they're speaking normally, that's a strong sign you're struggling with speech in noise. What these checks really do is help you see what's happening. A lot of people spend years turning up the TV, picking quieter places, or slowly pulling back from conversations without realizing why. And that's where it starts to add up. You skip places that feel too loud, you let others lead the conversation, you nod along more than you want to, and over time, the people and moments you care about start feeling a bit harder to stay connected to. Studies have shown that when hearing issues go unchecked, people often become more isolated, and there's growing research linking long-term hearing strain to cognitive decline. The good part is this: once you realize it's a clarity problem, not a volume problem, things start to make sense. You stop blaming the TV. You stop thinking everyone is mumbling, and you can finally start looking in the right direction for answers. If any of this sounds familiar, don't keep guessing. HearDirectClub is built for real-life clarity without the clinic runaround or the $3,000 to $8,000 price tags people expect. Go to the description and check HearDirectClub. Everything you need is linked there, including the options and the code. And subscribe if you want more clear, no fluff videos on hearing clarity, TV dialogue, and hearing in noise.